What's up, movie nerds and basketball geeks? Welcome back to Movie Ball. With Jumanji 3 coming out this weekend, I thought I'd rewind and review the first two Jumanji films to get ready for the next level. You would think I would have been reviewing the 10 Star Wars films ahead of The Rise of Skywalker coming out, but, comedies! So back in 1995, the original Jumanji was released, starring the great Robin Williams, and I wasn't even born yet. I was born shortly after in 96, but I still grew up with this film as a kid, and it became a childhood classic for me. Jumanji was an adrenaline rush as a kid, at least, and, being 6 years old, watching this game come to life, it was scary, and maybe scary isn't the right word, maybe a better term is nerve-wracking, because when you're a kid, it was just like, oh my god, is this real? Like, holy shit. Because as a kid, again, at least for me, it was like, whoa, what if this was all really came to life and all of this hell was released? It was just a fun, exciting adventure for a kid to engage in this kind of story. The whole idea that Alan Parrish was sucked into the game for 26 years and was trapped inside of it was chilling to me, and the pure thumps of the board game. I mean, that sounds like, a shitty beat that I'm starting to create, but you understand, the thumps of Jumanji, and it got my adrenaline pumping as a kid. It really did, and I was just so, I was always hooked into what would happen next with the stakes of this film. That was as a kid, and watching it now as an adult, some things have changed. I still think it's a fun movie that the whole family could really enjoy, but it didn't feel as special to me as it did when I was younger and when I was a kid, and I would just get wrapped up in that world. Maybe I should talk more about the plot. Maybe that's how I should have started. I just didn't because I figured everyone knows what Jumanji is, but basically it's just, a board game. If a board game came to life and you played a real-life board game, a board game comes to life. A great thing about this movie is how the stakes always feel raised. Every time someone rolls the dice and it's their turn, you never really know what's going to happen. I mean, obviously I've seen the movie a number of times now, so I know, but when you watch this film, you're like, oh, holy shit, what's going to happen? Something's going to happen. The board game's going to thump. It's going to get your adrenaline pumping. Again, as a kid, it was really exciting. And, of course, Robin Williams provides that great star power. Yes, this is an Oreo in my hand. The other, the kid actors, Kirsten Dunst was the girl. I don't remember who the guy was. All the other actors are serviceable. They're fine, but there's not really any star power that's going to get you to jump out of your seats. It's Robin Williams. And then the star power is really the idea of the film, the whole game coming to life and all of that jazz. But this isn't like Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle levels of importance when it comes to the characters and actors and how much impact they had on the cast in that film. Jumanji is super fun, but it's not that funny. There's some laughs here and there, and it doesn't have to be hilarious or anything. The whole idea of this film is what got us on board and got us to watch the film. The board game coming to life and this world is what keeps us heavily invested in what's happening on the screen. If there's some comedy and some jokes in there, it's just kind of the sprinkles on top. But from a comedic standpoint, it's not that funny. It's not as funny as you might have remembered it being from when you were a kid. Jumanji Welcome to the Jungle is vastly funnier than this film was, and I think that it wasn't trying to be as funny, whereas Jumanji Welcome to the Jungle was really going for the laughs all the time. And the visual effects, those CGI monkeys, man, wow, those are bad. Maybe these visual effects were really good, maybe even groundbreaking at the time when the film was released in 95, but they certainly didn't hold up, and it brings the quality of the film down just a tad because that is such a huge part of the movie, having all of these special effects. But Jumanji is an insanely peppy ride that breathes entertainment at every corner. It inspired Zathura, the space spin-off that I found even more fun and adrenaline pumping, and gave us the incredibly hilarious sequel as well. Jumanji at this point is just a nostalgic joy for me, and I'll always be thankful for it. I'm going to give Jumanji a 7.5 out of 10. It still holds up quite well, even if its special effects don't always. It's just a charming good time. This was a quick video. Smash the like button!